As long as they have the combination of Paul Allen, owner, don't mention him very much, but he runs a great organization. Pete Carroll, Russell Wilson. As long as they have, because we know quarterback, you need a quarterback to win. Russell is one of the elite players in the league. He's been able to do more with very, very little than we see quarterbacks do. Same way Tom Brady has been able to do. So if they're able to continue and staying within salary cap, now, they got some older players who they got to make some key decisions on. I believe that window shall be open for another several years. And the reason why is because the pedigree from the top with Mr. Allen, how he allows Pete Carroll to run the type of program, the type of players they get there, and that they have a franchise quarterback in Russell.
You left one key name out, John Schneider, the GM, who works through, obviously, the owner and the head coach. He has been excellent, excellent at finding players in the draft, excellent at finding value, has not overpaid for many free agents. I think the one move he would like back is probably the Jimmy Graham trade, but Jimmy Graham's likely moving on this offseason. Yes, the window's open, as long as they have the coach and the quarterback that they do. But what people need to realize is in 2019, Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, Dwayne Brown, their best offensive lineman, they get the guy they got from Houston, Cliff Averill, all those guys are free agents after this coming year. So while they'll still have their coach and their quarterback, Pete Carroll is the oldest coach in the NFL. I know he doesn't look like it.
No,
but
he doesn't seem like it.
He doesn't act like it or look like it. But yes, the window's open. They've got a top 5 quarterback and, to me, a top 5 coach with a good infrastructure. So, of course, it's still open. And I wouldn't get rid of these guys. I wouldn't get rid of Earl. I wouldn't get rid of Richard Sherman. I wouldn't trade Michael Bennett. I would try to run it back another year.
But this is the last year, as we know, Seattle. Yes. Because these guys will not be on the team in 2019.
All right, speaking of quarterbacks, back to the Kirk Cousins sweepstakes. The news yesterday was that Cousins had narrowed his list to 4 teams. Now it looks like Cousins has narrowed his list to 2 teams. Reportedly, Cousins will be deciding between the Minnesota Vikings and the New York Jets.
Ooh.
All right, CC, will you weigh in for us? Which of these 2 teams do you think is a better fit for Kirk Cousins?
Oh, yeah. Who, you want to play football? You want a chance to win in the postseason? You don't have to face New England,
so
who has that division on lock. Get a chance to play indoors. My #1 receiver probably won't be going to jail, maybe. The fan base, I'd rather Minnesota people.
Think you're good.
Like, it's fairly lopsided. Now, this thing is about money, though.
Right.
I mean, what type of compromise is he willing to play with a team that has a great nucleus around them? They need, not for him to be a superstar. I believe Kirk Cousins can fit in great in Minnesota. There is no comparison to the Jets and where they are, in Minnesota and where they are. And the ability to play inside with 2 young receivers. They have 2 good young running backs. They have a better offensive line than the Jets. I don't see, besides absolute money, why would you go play for the Jets? Like, you have to give me a good reason.
It would only be money. And it would have to be an enormous financial discrepancy, because you've talked about it already, how much money he's made the last couple years playing quarterback. Either of these teams, Minnesota's not getting in the conversation if they're offering him $12 million a year.
No.
They're offering him at least $24 million a year. So the question is, what's the spread? And what's it worth to you to be in a better situation? Forget the tax difference to where the money is probably not actually as big of a difference as it sounds like. And I'm not asking him to take the better team for less money. But I am saying, if I were him, if the money were close, I think I would really consider it. I don't think it can be as simple as which team is offering me the most money, because these teams, as far as talent and ability to win, they are not close. Minnesota is ready to win right now. The Jets have not been ready to win for a decade.
Well, I'll give you another reason besides just money. You go to Minnesota, maybe you win, and maybe you're the reason for winning, and maybe not, because you have a fantastic group around you. You go to the Jets, and you turn around a team that won, what, 5 games last year, in a conference where, you know, you could actually be one of the standout quarterbacks in that conference. Maybe there's something to be said for that. This is a team that they thought wasn't going to win a game last year. They somehow put together 5.
You know what the prize is of the Jets? If you do well next year, you get to come back and play for the Jets and their fans and everything the following year. Winning as a quarterback is very, very important. Now, when you get after the game, winning, how much is it worth to you every week? Is it worth $500,000? You know, because $500,000, that's $6 million. So you talk about Minnesota comes in 22 to 24 million. Are the Jets going to pay him 30 million, 28 million? So for me, most of these guys, they are this is their 2nd or 3rd contract. Kirk Cousins, he's been under the franchise tag for 2 years, didn't get the big contract coming in. Robert Griffin got that contract. He was on just a normal second-rounder's contract. So this is still his biggest payday that he's going to get. But the last 2 years, he's made over $40 million. So he's got some room there. At the end of the day, what's important to him, and to me, Minnesota, in trying to win, should be the #1 objective, because he's going to get a big contract regardless of what team he goes to.
One thing you mentioned at the tail end there was about the quarterbacks in each conference. And that one is interesting to me. The NFC right now is loaded for bear, it would appear, for the next generation of young quarterbacks. Quarterbacks that are young, but still this generation, Russell Wilson, Cam Newton, and Aaron Rodgers, the next group of guys, Carson Wentz, Dak Prescott. The AFC, Brady, Big Ben, pardon me, and then they don't really have that next crop. So if Kirk Cousins believes he's a top-5 quarterback, he might look at the AFC and say it's easier to win in that conference.
I don't think guys pick teams based on, hey, they only got a couple quarterbacks in the AFC. I have the potential to be a star. Kirk Cousins has established himself as a starter in the league. Right now, to him, it's about winning. I mean, what does it mean to say, oh, Kirk, you're the 4th best quarterback in the conference?
That's not what I meant. What I was talking about from a winning perspective, that the AFC doesn't seem to have as many loaded teams from the quarterback down as the NFC
They can't get out their division. They can't beat New England. So you need to come up with a solution of how you're going to get to the playoffs.
How far are the Jets, do you think? Like, if someone's got to be in Kirk's ear, how far off are the Jets?
Oh, the Jets need a miracle. I mean, like, the Jets they have no receivers. All right? They have running backs. Who are they going to give the ball to 20 times? Their offensive line have question marks. Like, they're making wholesale changes on their defense. They got 2 good safeties on their defense, but, like, who are the commodities that you're going to the Jets for?
The only thing I like about the Jets is their head coach. I thought winning 5 games with that roster last year was damn near miraculous. I thought this was a team that was going to struggle to win 2 games all year. Like, the talent, keep in mind, going into the year, the real discussion was not about the Browns going 0-16. It was the Jets selling off their pieces, getting rid of Decker, trading away Sheldon Richardson to the Seahawks. Like, there was the real discussion about, and then, by the way, Muhammad Wilkerson's now leaving them, one of their few talented players. How good, like, can the Jets find 3 or 4 wins?
I would go to Arizona. I believe Arizona is closer because they got more talent surrounding Kirk Cousins if he went there compared to the Jets.
All right, well, our boss Witt just died a little bit inside. He's a gigantic Jets fan.
If he's been a Jets fan his whole life, this is not anything.
He's a survivor.
Yeah.
Hey, coming up, are the Steelers making a mistake?